Good afternoon, I'm Rob Boskamp, and you're listening to South Texas Midday. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday, August 27th. Corpus Christi City Council members received an update yesterday on a water supply strategy, including the Oasis River groundwater well and Evangeline groundwater projects.
Bottom line, it says projected date of zero water in Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon Reservoir. Right now, as we're talking, that date is projected to be May of 2027. That's assuming that we don't have basically this western well field to add more water to our supply at 27 million gallons a day. If we are able to drill enough groundwater, in addition to the existing water that we have, our date moves out to May of 29.
That was Corpus Christi Water COO Drew Molly speaking to City Council. The council, which has been divided over the Inner Harbor desal project, emphasized the importance of diversifying water sources to avoid future shortages. The meeting discussed the city's water supply and drought contingency plans. The drought contingency plan was updated earlier this year, reflecting combined water levels from various sources. Beeville firefighter Ryan Trevino has been appointed as the city's interim police chief. Leaders said Trevino will serve in that role while officials determine how to move forward with a permanent replacement. Last week, the city terminated Police Chief Kevin Baer following a complaint of misconduct submitted to the city of Beeville. Public records show documentation that the complaint stemmed from Baer making sexual comments to another officer. SpaceX launched its 10th Starship flight rocket last night from Boca Chica Beach and successfully splashed down in the Indian Ocean. During the flight, Starship deployed all 8 of its simulation V3 satellites. This is the first time that Starship has successfully deployed all of its payloads. Additionally, Starship successfully ignited one of its Raptor engines while in space. Corpus Christi City leaders and Flower Bluff ISD officials met earlier this week to address community concerns about reduced operating hours at the Janet F. Harte Library, with about 70 residents attending the public meeting. Last month, the city and Flower Bluff ISD decided to reduce hours from 44 to 28 hours per week due to Education Code 61. During the meeting, city leaders acknowledged demand for library services and discussed potential solutions.
There were some great ideas about what can we do if we can't be open all the time. Can we have a window that people can come pick up books?
That was at-large City Councilman Mark Scott speaking with KRAS News. The reduction affected library staffing, with some employees moving to the Southside's Garcia Library. This October, Nueces County will fund 20% of the Public Defense Program's expenses, with the state paying the rest. A grant awarded and funded currently by the Texas Indigent Defense Commission pays for attorney salaries, trainings, contract services, and resources. Under the public defense model, when someone is accused of a crime, by law, if they cannot afford counsel, that's where indigent defense representation comes in. Attorneys get paid a salary which allows for extra support from their own team of lawyers, investigators, and social workers.
We can do our best work without that pressure, that incentive to close as many cases as possible. And we can benefit from each other's experience and strengths and talents on a daily basis.
That was Chief Public Defender Denise Obregon, courtesy of KRAS News. The program has closed about 3,000 cases since 2023. In Texas, there was a recent push to fill more teaching positions with certified teachers. This past March, lawmakers under House Bill 2 decided to limit the growing number of uncertified teachers. There was a push by the state to phase out uncertified teachers by requiring districts to certify their K-5 math and reading teachers by the 2026 school year, as well as teachers in other academic classes by fall of 2027. Harlingen CISD Human Services Assistant Superintendent Debbie Scoggin told Valley Central the district ensures that all core subject teachers are certified upon hire, even when the state previously allowed otherwise.
The state had allowed districts to move in that direction. That is not something that we did. And so we ensure again that our teachers who are teaching the core areas, pre-K through 12, science, social studies, English, math, they are fully certified teachers.
Scoggin says it takes a collaborative effort between schools and higher education institutions to fill that teacher shortage. On the subject of education, after about 2 hours of debate, the Texas House passed a bill yesterday that will revamp the STAR standardized testing in public schools. Houston Public Media's Bianca Seward has more on the hearing for House Bill 8.
6 amendments to the bill were debated on the House floor. Dallas area Representative Rafael Anchia successfully pushed for an amendment regarding the cost of rescoring the exams. Currently, the state pays for rescores that result in any changes. House Bill 8 would have changed that, but the amendment now maintains the existing arrangement.
If the school district is right, you don't pay. If the state is right, the school district pays. That's what I'm trying to get back to.
Rescoring comes at the cost of $50 per test, which can become costly to many school districts. Representative Gina Hinojosa of the Austin area argued for an amendment to reduce testing subjects to just what is required federally.
There is too much testing. We can all agree. Some of that, yes, comes from the federal government, but not all of it.
The amendment was not adopted. I'm Bianca Seward in Houston.
Yesterday, the Texas legislature passed a measure that gives the state attorney general the power to directly prosecute election crimes. The Texas Newsroom's Blaze Gainey has more details on the legislation known as Senate Bill 12.
The bill ties back to a 2021 court opinion that barred the Texas Attorney General from prosecuting election crimes unless invited to do so by a local prosecutor. Back then, the state had argued that in certain instances in political climates, a local prosecutor may be weary of bringing election crime charges, a weariness the state's attorney general wouldn't share. Still, the court decided against Texas at the time. AG Ken Paxton called the decision potentially devastating for future elections in the state. But now, with Tuesday's passage of SB 12, Paxton and whoever succeeds him will soon have the power to unilaterally investigate and prosecute election crimes with the help of local law enforcement. The bill now heads to Governor Greg Abbott's desk, considering Abbott's the one who initially instructed lawmakers to pass the legislation back when he called the current special session. He'll all but sure sign it. I'm Blaze Gainey in Austin.
Over the next decade, $1.5 billion in film incentives will be up for grabs across Texas. That's because of a new law, Senate Bill 22, going into effect on Monday. With the Film Incentives Bill, $300 million will be added to the program every other year through 2035. It's the largest amount the state's invested in the program in nearly 20 years. KERA's Marquita Fornoff reports.
A red carpet and red velvet ropes are set up in front of Texas Movie Bistro outside Fort Worth. But on this hot Saturday night, most of the crowd's taken refuge in the theater's air-conditioned lobby, awaiting the premiere of American Sons.
Happy to be here.
Jaron Alexander is an Army vet from Mansfield, so he's excited to see the documentary, which follows a group of Marines.
I never thought I'd go to any red carpet premiere anywhere in the world, especially in Fort Worth, so...
American Sons was directed and co-produced by Andrew Gonzalez, a San Antonio-based filmmaker. Gonzalez says he's happy about the legislature's increased investment in the industry.
Filmmakers don't understand that the most important part of the movie business is the business. And in order to make something, you have to have the financing to do it.
He says the tax rebate grants the programs provide will lower that financial hurdle. And it's not just for film. TV shows, animation, commercials, and even video games that start production after September 1st can apply. The grants can cover up to 31% of qualified in-state spending. That's significant, says Elizabeth Avion. She edited American Sons, and she's been making films in Texas since the 90s.
It's hard because you want to shoot in Texas, but you kind of need, a little boost, especially those smaller budget films that have filmmakers that are just starting their careers.
While the money SB 22 provides is new, the film incentive program's been around for almost 2 decades. But Avion says inconsistent funding made it hard for producers and filmmakers to commit to bringing projects here.
We never knew every 2 years how much they were going to put in the incentive funding. So that was always my conundrum with what was happening.
Avion says knowing how much funding the program has for the next 10 years is a huge shift. But not every Texas production will be eligible. State Senator Joan Huffman, a Houston Republican, authored the bill. Here she is talking about it on the Senate floor.
We are really trying to establish a very family-friendly, faith-based filming opportunities that really portray Texans in a positive light and provide great economic opportunities to all Texans.
The state can reject any project that, quote, portrays Texas or Texans in a negative fashion. While the bill passed the Texas legislature with bipartisan support, some lawmakers question whether the program's a good use of taxpayer money. Some economists are asking that too, including Rice University's John Diamond. Take the state's claim that for every dollar invested in the program, Texas sees a $4.69 return.
Which is a silly number. There's just no chance that it's that large.
He says that money could do just as much good left in taxpayers' pockets. And UT Arlington economist Michael Ward points out dozens of other states already have similar programs.
It's a race to the bottom. Who can outbid who for getting projects produced in the state?
For some Texans, one factor that can't be left out of the equation is the cultural capital that comes with making the Lone Star State a film hub. That's something the Texas filmmakers behind American Sons want to see. Back at Movie Bistro, the film's premiere ended with a standing ovation. It's likely just one of many that the state will see in coming years. I'm Marquita Fornoff in Fort Worth.
Crossroads enforcement departments joined up in Victoria recently to honor a fallen canine officer. Zena was the partner of Sergeant Randall Branicki for the Goliad Sheriff's Office. Zena died on June 12th after nearly 7 years as an officer. As part of the ceremony, Zena was given a plaque as part of a monument with the names of other fallen canine officers. Zena was a few weeks shy of turning 10 years old. And in sports, a 2-run homer in the 10th inning vaulted the Tulsa Drillers to a 3-1 win over the Corpus Christi Hooks in last night's series opener in Tulsa. Jackson Neza shut out the Drillers over a AA best 6 innings. Orlando Martinez provided the Hooks' lone score via a home run in the 4th inning. The series continues tonight in Tulsa. And that is the latest news and information on South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.